All right. All right, so I'm going to start this new series. I call it the Spotlight series, right? So the whole purpose behind this is to kind of identify different stocks that I'm interested in that I may be wanting to invest some money in the future. I used to run a little group with a couple of my buddies, and I'd post kind of like what I was interested in there. Uh, but my strategy's kind of changed to where I can't really do that effectively anymore. So that's kind of what led me to start this channel and to continue to kind of share what I'm doing. So let's just get started. So just to quickly start it off, right? Like everyone does these disclaimers, and I'm not, so I'm gonna do the same thing, right? Trading stocks is risky. You're gonna lose some money probably, right? Like if anyone had the secret key of like, hey, you're gonna make money all the time, follow me, yeah, it's probably a scam. So just know you'll probably lose some money trading stocks. Nothing's guaranteed. All the information contained within this presentation is my own, and I encourage you to do your own research, right? Like, the purpose of this is kind of expose you to sort of what I'm doing, but don't take that to be, the gospel. Go out there and take what I'm showing you, do your own research, and figure your own path out. So today we're going to look at ticker NWPX, right? This is Northwest Pipe Company. So what do they do? All right, so they are a pipe manufacturing company. They manufacture all types of equipment and things like that for water-related infrastructure products. Okay, so they last closed at $31.28 a share, as we see here. This information, so I subscribe to Stock Rover. They have a lot of good information on their site, kind of puts it all together. But there's a whole bunch of other sites you could go look at. I know my buddy uses different things like FinViz and TradingView, and there's a couple other websites out there I'm sure you can find. But this is what I find to be useful. This is what I wanted to pull out and kind of show you. Normally, the way I'm picking and trading stocks is all technical analysis, but I know a lot of times in the past when I start talking to people about like different stocks that I'm in, a lot of the questions like, well, what do they do? I'm like, well, I don't know what they do, right? Like I just look at the charts. So part of this series, I want to kind of break away from that. Like I'm still looking at the charts to find what I want to do, but I also want to kind of share why they may be a good stock to look at. So we can see here the estimates according to Stock Rover, right? And they use a whole bunch of different sites, I'm sure, to compile their data. But they're looking, here's their average 12-month target price. This is just a good estimate of what the consensus is for people where they think it's going, right? So if it were to go there, that's a 31% gain. Doing the type of trading I'm doing, I probably won't realize that. I'm only going to be in this thing for maybe a month at most, and I'm hoping to make 10% in that month. And then maybe I'll come back in later if there's another good buy point and jump in. We can see the PE is pretty decent here. You can do a lot more research of what price per earnings is. There's a bunch of videos out there, a lot of information you can read upon, but that's kind of what we're looking at there. Their earnings per share growth is looking pretty good, and their earnings per share surprises over the past year is looking decent. Looks like they had like a red one a few quarters back, but everything else is trending in the right direction. They've got them consensus as a strong buy rating, so that's good. Something we want to look at. And then I looked at their financial health. Again, there's a whole bunch of other things you can look at on Stock Rover, but the financial health, one of the things that stood out to me was its current ratio. So when I look at it, obviously it's a screenshot, so I can't click here, but on the other screen I got it up. So it says that it's a measure of the company's ability to pay the short-term obligations. Short-term obligations are those obligations that they have to pay within the current 12-month cycle. This is a rule of thumb. Is a safe investment has a current ratio above 2, so we're looking at 2.9, so that's pretty good. So financial health, they're doing all right, and then we can see that their ratings versus their peers, 100 is the best, so we can see, in most categories, especially these top three, they're doing pretty good. Their peers a little bit more efficient than they are, probably have a little bit more strong financial rating. Um, and the momentum's better than half, so I look at that as kind of a positive thing. A warning that I might want to throw out there to you is that recently, within the past week, the MACD has turned negative. So this is a bearish signal. So maybe enter with some caution. All right. All right. So let's go look at the chart here. All right. So looking at the chart. So again, these are my Gann fans and my Fibonacci retracements that I've drawn out. And then in the previous video, a buddy of mine pointed out, I don't know if you can see in the background this green and red blob looking thing. It's called the Ichimoku. It's basically a cloud. If it moves above it, then that's usually a positive trend. If it moves below it, it's kind of a negative trend. There's a whole bunch of information you can go read and watch videos on what this thing is, but it's another tool I kind of use to show me, what's if it's trading in the right direction or not. All right. So for this one, I've already drawn all the Gann fans and Fibonacci retracements. I have a video on how to do that. If you want to go check that out. But here we can see that it's in my golden zone. So this is where I like to trade at. Okay. And it looks like, so this line here that I put my overlay on, just kind of help me see. It looks like 2 trading cycles ago, it fell down, bounced back off this line, and then this was on the 2nd, so that would have been Friday. It opened around here, fell down again, respected the line, came back up. Okay, so so going forward, what I'm looking at is that on the next trading day, if this opens above this line, right, then I'd be interested. I'd be looking to buy. So, and what I normally do is wait for 2 hours after open before making my purchases, just to kind of see what the trend is. That doesn't guarantee it's going to stay that way. Who knows? But that's just what I've been doing. So again, if it opens up here, anywhere above this area, and it kind of sticks this way, then I'd be interested. Now, if it opens below down here, or within that first 2 hours, it kind of falls down here, I'd probably wait and see another day where it respects this line. And then what I would do, like say we were to buy, all right, so say, I don't know, say it opens up and we're here and it's like, hey, doing good. We're buying right here, all right. What I'll do, so to find where my exit points are going to be, I always find where I want to put my stop at. So what I've been doing is doing like a bracket order is what's called, where I can put in my stop limit order and then my limit order, or my stop loss order and my limit order at the top, right? So to find my stop loss, what I'm doing is I'm kind of dragging this down. I'm looking in the past, so I'm looking in this area, and I'm looking to see like, okay, where do I think the support is? And there's a few ways you can do it. There's no right answer, but I'm looking at these long green bars. I'm looking at the bases of them, so I'm looking like right about here ish. Maybe I want to give it just a little bit of room to work, so we'll go to there. Okay, so we can see that's going to be a 7.8% return, and then what I would do is I'll go back up here. I'll just do this here. Boom, done. So now I know that my stop loss, I'd set that for 28.90, and then my limit I would set for 33.80. And then as the trade works, it'll either go up, trickle up and hit here and sell, or it'll ride this down and it'll sell down here. So basically it's a set and forget type of thing, and I'll just drag this out to the next earnings date. Hopefully we don't all have it that long, but that's kind of what I've been doing. So this is my stock spotlight series 1 for Northwest Pipe Company. I'll probably be looking to do these. I don't want to put like a definite, hey, I'm gonna do them every week, but it's kind of, if I have one every week that I can do, I'll do one. And if I don't, then well, then I won't. Well, thanks for checking it out. Good luck.